welcome back to the bench. Today we're going to continue to work on the low center of gravity buggy, and as you can see, I've put a body on it. It's just a body I had laying around, J Concepts body. I think it's I don't remember what it is. I don't even know if it has a specific name, but anyway, it's a J Concept. So I cut off the back of it, cut the wheel wells out. I got it on with 2 screws here to hold the body on. I got to come up with a little bit of something for the front so it doesn't move. But the purpose of today's video is the last time we tried to figure out what kind of shocks we needed. And I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on what size I wanted to use. And I still don't know. Yeah, I know. But what I did is I ordered some 70s, some 80s, and some 90s. I can always use shocks. So we can figure out which ones make the stance where we want it. I kind of went with 80s and 90s, and then I thought maybe I'm going to have longer ones in the front, that's for sure. Okay, then in the back. I ordered Driveshafts too, but they are coming from overseas, so it's going to take a while. They just cleared customs this week. Uh-oh. I think I cross-threaded this one. Oh, that's great. I may have to find a new spacer. Alright, so get the body off. Alright, you know, I should put that back in. Again, this vehicle is completely made from TEMU, and I still ain't found a motor on TEMU that I like, which is kind of life in the fast lane, I guess. These are the 70s and 80s. They're big bore shocks. Don't really know if I need big bore shocks or not, but they're oil filled, the 70 and 80, and then I bought some 90s. That are big bore shocks also. These are way too big. This is 1/8 scale stuff here. Okay. So this is what we got. I thought about getting some smaller bore shocks, but I kind of like the look of these. And yeah, I think we put the 70s on the 70s on the back and the 80s on the front. Yeah. And we're going to need some spacers because they're big bore shocks. Guess I got to put it up there today. Now the spacers I use are nylon and they're threaded. And the reason for that is I can man, these are some strong shocks. I don't think I'm going to be happy with these. Now we'll see what they look like. This may be a no-go. We'll put these on and see what they look like. These are just, because they're threaded, they're much easier to work with. You can put them on and then put the I think maybe I have some weaker springs that I could put on these shocks. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. For the front shocks. Too small. Too big. There'll be some preload. Man, the shock oil that's in here is pretty thick, I think. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I always warn people, if you're going to use one of these, get one that has torque on it, adjustment, so you don't strip out your screws. You just make you mad. Okay. I got 4 wrenches. I just went through 3 of them. I'm going to have to remove one of these bars from the bumper. Seems like when you're doing these builds, there's always something that doesn't. You got to do more. You seem like you tear things apart every 5 minutes to get them the way you want it. Everything. It's sometimes trial and error, folks, because you're designing your own stuff, and you can make all kinds of adjustments. Alrighty, so I don't know how long that's been screwed up. See how they look. Maybe I'm kind of disappointed in the size. They're a little bit more shock than I wanted. They are big bore shocks, which is fine, but the springs are something terrible. There's not a lot of spring to the spring. So yeah, I think them are going to be too much spring. Yeah, I don't like them. Okay, guys, that's it for today. These shocks are not going to be what we wanted. This is not going to be a heavy buggy. We made it light on purpose, and these shocks are way too powerful for this vehicle. I know where they could go though. They could go on my Jeep trail rig. The reason I say that son of a gun is heavy, and the shocks I got for it are not very good. So I think what we'll do is we'll take the shocks off of the trail buggy and put them on here and see how they work. I'll put these on the trail buggy. Okay, so with a little bit more playing around with these shocks, I didn't like them at first, but what I didn't like about them, I like the size and I like the movement, but I didn't like the spring settings. So I found some springs in my drawer that make it much better. So I'm going to keep the shocks. So we are completely TEMU'd so far. The only thing we got left to do is get a motor. And I think I found one on TEMU. It is a outboard type, like hobby wing, but this one's going to be a little bit cheaper. The hobby wing is $70 some. This one was $35. We'll see if it's as good. I ordered both. I ordered one for my other buggy through Hobby Wing and one through TEMU, and we'll compare them and see if they are compatible or if it's good. Again, that's why we're doing this. Check out TEMU. Alright guys, that's all I got today. The motor should be here in a couple weeks. I still got Driveshafts coming. They're taking a long time to get here. And then we'll finish this up. Y'all have a great day.